Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson is in line to make his senior England debut when the Three Lions take on Andorra and Serbia in World Cup qualification. Right, Charlie Austin, first of all, what have you made of Elliot Anderson since he moved to Forest?
Listen, he's been brilliant since he's gone in there. He's moved away from Newcastle. It's almost like now it's his time to go and shine, and he's been doing that. I think the standout moment we've seen the clip. I think we've seen the goal, the pass that he plays into Chris Wood that he don't even break stride, goes around the goal. It's just he's now cemented himself in the Forest starting team week in, week out.
But in the England squad, you've got the four players there. We've got Gibbs, White, Rice, Henderson, Anderson. You've also got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's been called. Morgan Rogers is in the squad as a central midfielder, but he's 100% more of a forward-thinking player than all of them. Assuming that Declan Rice is in midfield, a midfield three, because he plays with a number 10, doesn't he? Yep. And everyone's fit. Who goes alongside Rice? Everyone fit. World Cup starts tomorrow.
Adam Wharton, for me. He's been a standout player. Everyone's fit. We see him playing for Crystal Palace and the job he does.
So
there.
Where's Bellingham?
10.
Bellingham 10. Where's Palmer?
Play him, because you have that. I'm taking Saka, and I'll play Saka instead of Palmer.
So not even on the. So who goes left then? Because
but if they're all fit.
Foden.
Yeah, I'm playing Phil Foden. I'm playing. Well, if everyone's fit.
Gordon's been.
If Grealish is, it's hard. But if Jack Grealish continues his form at Everton and he's playing like that, he's the one you want. He's the one I'm backing. He's the one that gets you excited as an England player, as an England fan. You're watching. You're like, he's the one.
I guess the kind of point that I was trying to make is that would it be so bad if Bellingham was deeper with Rice, with Palmer or Foden?
Are you taking away his qualities? Are you taking his qualities away? Bellingham's more forward thinking. Then you have that bit where it's like so many options, and then you're trying to get to fit them all in and fit the right players and how they can play without damaging each other. And what I mean by that is, they all seem to be forward-thinking, attacking players, but sometimes they can be like for like and it not really work.
So you would have, if fit, Adam Wharton alongside Rice, with Wharton a bit deeper.
Yeah.
How worried are you with Wharton's injury issues?
Well, that's part and parcel of football. That for him getting injured is someone else's gain, unfortunately. That's the way it is. You just hope that he can stay fit and continue to play for Crystal Palace and show the form that he has done, because it's World Cups at the end of the year, and for me, he starts. But like I say, with the injuries, that happens to people, and it's an unfortunate situation. So
if Rice playing as the more defensive midfielder, these days people call it a 6. I must admit, I always used to think a defensive midfielder was a 4. Because Tony Adams was 6 at centre-back. Anyway, I'm not boring on that, though. But if he's the defensive midfielder, right, a lot of people would say that he's wasted there, just like you're saying Bellingham is wasted. But that's where Adam, so you think you need a more defensive midfielder like Wharton alongside Rice?
I just think Adam Wharton then frees up Declan Rice to go around the pitch. He gives him that security. But actually, if he does jump out the pocket, then Adam Wharton's there to cover.
Which then frees up Bellingham, I suppose.
Yeah,
like you're saying.
And there is a knock-on effect, right?
So of these players here, remember there's Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well, who can play more defensive. Elliot Anderson said in his news conference yesterday that he thinks that he can play as the more defensive one. Gibbs White's more attacking as well, but the obvious one there would be Henderson to play alongside Declan Rice. So looking at the games coming up, would it be Henderson alongside Rice?
The games coming up, all due respect to the two teams who play, and I don't really want to see two in that position. They're going to be a low block, as we know. Yeah, but
and Andorra.
But that's what I'm saying. But irrespectively, where are they in the world rankings? Like, I know that doesn't mean a lot of things, but I just think I'd rather.
I thought you actually wanted me to answer that.
No. I'd rather just be one in there, because we know they're going to be a low block. Let's be honest. And we're England. We've got the best players. Let's just go and play. I don't want to be in that situation where there's two back. We know we're playing against a low block and they're just moving it side to side. We want to see a bit of creativity on the pitch, really.
Serbia 32, by the way. I know that one just because someone's
definitely told you that.
Someone's just told me.
Yeah.
In previous major tournaments for England, you have had Henderson alongside Rice. You've had Calvin Phillips has been alongside Rice, but he's hasn't been. He's not playing for Manchester City. Bellingham's played a bit deeper, and of course Kobbie Mainoo as well, who isn't starting for Manchester United. So this whole chat that we're having started by saying, is defensive midfield a problem area for England? And when you look at that, potentially it is, because you're saying Bellingham would be out of position, Calvin Phillips isn't playing at the moment, Kobbie Mainoo isn't starting at the moment. At least Henderson is.
But I just...
He's played rough, just over half the minutes this season.
Yeah, just half the minutes. But I just think that's, all due respect, he gets to the end of the year, another year old, then it's the World Cup. Is there a better option to go in there? I know we talk about, like, not players, done this, that and the other. You look on the list there now, Declan Rice obviously picks himself. We're not even talking about Curtis Jones. He can also play in there. But for me, the standout one is
He played
Adam
right
Wharton.
back in one of the more recent games, didn't he?
And that just shows what he can do, how versatile he is. But for me, Adam Wharton is the standout one.
Loftus-Cheek has been called up to the squad. He's been doing very well out in Italy. And yesterday, when we were on, we were talking with Jay Bothroyd, talking about maybe out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. This is proof that he's not. And also, if you look at his minutes, that's only from 2 games as well for him. And he said himself that he's really not sure. He's happy to play wherever the manager puts him, but he's sometimes defensive midfielder, he's sometimes in the right role. So even though he wasn't in the initial squad, could he be the one that slots straight in?
I have to agree with Jay. Sometimes it is out of sight, out of mind, you're kind of forgotten about. Yeah, he could slot in, but I think now you're looking at it, number 4 or number 6 position, whatever is defensive midfielder, have a centre midfielder, then you have a 10. Like that. So now we've got 3 positions for one main one. Beforehand it was an 8 and it was box to box, up and down. Now we're just trying to create positions to fit players in. Sometimes we kind of put ourselves in these situations that we don't really need to. If you look back, years ago it was just box to box midfielder, and they basically in that position they defended and covered the back 4. They covered the middle of the pitch, and also they went and supported the strikers. We almost now have abundance of players where we're trying to fit them in. But does Ruben Loftus-Cheek fit that void? I think this can sound controversial, but playing not in the Premier League is one where everyone else is looking somewhere else.
Right, well, our poll today on X, which you can get involved in, is do England have a problem in central midfield? And at the moment, the answer of, it's simple, yes or no. And at the moment, yes is winning. What does that say? 53 and 47. Sorry, that's a long way away from me. So yes, it's England do have a problem in central midfield, but it's quite even, because I must admit I don't tend to give my opinion, but I think we've got loads of options, and I'm not worried about England's central. I'm actually not really worried about any of England's positions, if I'm quite honest with you. So are we just picking fault because we pick fault with England anyway?
That's what we do, don't we? That's what we do with England. But we have so much talent. I think we have so much talent all over the pitch, and then we go, he could have done a better job. Or can we fit them all in at once? That's the interesting thing. Can we fit the players in the top end of the pitch, in the midfield areas? That's the situation. And they can all do the job. They can all do the job. I just hope that, like I say, when we're playing against the lesser teams, I'd like us to have more attack-minded players on the pitch.
Yeah, well, we will see this weekend. Saturday night is the next game for England. Now,